Alright guys, it's Mike Burns. I'm here at Ocean Air Sports, and today we're going to learn how to rig a sail. I'm going to use today a Severn Freak and all the correct corresponding pieces you need to rig a sail. We need a boom, we need a mast, we need the sail, and we need the base. So as long as we have all those parts, we can rig up a nice rig and ready to go sailing on the board. Alright, so first we got the mast. I already put the extension in over there. We have a 5.2 Freak. And on the Severn sails, and most of the manufacturers, they'll give you on the base of the sail over here, this one says mast, sometimes it'll say luff length. What that is the total length it needs for the mast plus the extension. So this one says mast 400 with an extension of 30. So I have a 400 mast with 30 centimeters of extension on the bottom. Sometimes that number will just say 430, so you need the same thing, 400 centimeter mast, then you got to do the math. All right, so roll the sail right out. Just stick the mast right in the bottom. And right up through the sleeve, we're going to do the downhaul first. So I know some of the brands, as long as there's no cambers in there, you can always just give it full downhaul right off the bat. All right, make sure the mast is all the way up to the top of the sail. And you come down to the bottom. And sometimes different manufacturers have a different alignment for the pulleys here. Severn is one of the ones that has it lined up with the base. So all you have to do is go right around the pulleys, just the way it goes from top to bottom. Neat little thing, if you just kind of take your hands so you don't lose any of the line, if you just wrap your hands right around there, you can drop the line and it'll just hold where it is, even if you have tension on there. So it makes it a little bit easier so you're not losing the line back out the pulleys when the mast wants to go straight again. All right, so then we're going to give it some downhaul. And now the proper amount of downhaul, I'm just going to flip the sail over for a second, Ken, so you can get it on that side. So now we remember from when we stuck the mast in, the mast was 430. So now we're going to also talk about a little bit how tuning will kind of get the sail to perform the way you want it. Basically, when you're downhauling a sail, the leach of the sail, so the backside over here on the sail, is going to start to get a little wrinkly. So you're going to lose some tension in that. Basically, the more leach tension you have, the more powerful the sail's going to feel, and it's also going to pull from higher up in the sail. So you'll have a sail that's a little more powerful. It's going to pull from higher up in the sail to get you planing earlier. The downside to having a tighter leach with less tension, so less tension on the downhole as well, is you won't have the higher end and the sail might feel a little bit heavier in your hand. So what you want to do is just give it a little more downhole. You want to find that happy place in the middle. So now if I give the sail a lot of downhaul all the way out, see how wrinkly that leach gets? So that's going to make the sail feel really light, but it's not going to have that much power. In fact, that's probably going to have very minimal power. Right over here, the wrinkles kind of come in like this, and as I downhaul more, they'll come in a little further. On the Severn Freak, this is where I like the downhole to be, right around there. All sails are going to be different. All right, so we're going to tie off the downhaul. I like everything to be nice and neat. You're not tripping over any lines. Your lines aren't coming undone. So the next thing, this is fully downhauled, fully tensioned with the mast. So the next we're going to do is see the boom length. So the boom says 165. So we're going to take the boom and we're going to adjust it to 165 centimeters. So we got 164, 166. I would go with the little bit extra one. All right, so we're going to put the boom on. And all the modern booms kind of have a nice clamp for a front end. Back in the day, you used to have to tie the boom on, and that was a whole nother thing to get used to. This one is the Chinook Pro 1 carbon. All right, so the boom head is on. And you're gonna come back to the Outhole over here. The Severn one, the Chinook one, the Goya boom. The Goya boom has the loop and go as well, right, Ken? I think? Yeah, so they're all the same. So basically just easily loop it right around. Tighten the Outhole. So now you can see as I pull the Outhole pretty tight, the sail gets flat. As I let the Outhole in, the sail kind of gets more of a belly in it. Now this particular sail is pretty flat any which way you do it, but basically when you're adjusting the Outhole, it's going to kind of coincide with how much downhole you give it. So if you're out on the water and you're overpowered, you can kind of make a nice adjustment by giving a lot more downhole and also really outholing it so the sail is flat. So it'll fill with less wind, it'll dump more wind, and you'll be able to hold it in more windy conditions. If you're underpowered and you're just not getting planing, you can kind of let the Outhole in about 1 centimeter, just like that. And that'll just give it maybe that little extra punch it needs just to get you planing for the day. So that is how we rig a sail. First the mast, then the boom, then we're on the water sailing. Any questions, Ken?
Yeah, let's do the downhaul leech thing again.
The downhole leech thing? Yeah, sure. All right, so that's pretty much how I'd rig my sail right now. And this is my exact sail. This is the sail I use. So if I'm getting blown off the water now and I need to spill a little bit of power, what I can do is just downhole a little bit more and you see how floppy it gets. So now what that's going to do is see how the sail will twist off a little bit. But yes, it'll just dump the wind out right there, and that little floppy part up there will catch less wind and let it dump the wind, and you won't have so much power in the sail. Now, as opposed to that, you go all the way to the other extreme. And this is only a matter of adjusting the downhole about 4 centimeters or so. And now it's a super light, tight leech. And now it's it's not spilling much wind at all. So that's going to capture a lot more wind. You're going to have a lot more power in the sail, and it'll get you planing a little bit earlier. So tune your sails, figure out what works best for you, because it's different for everybody. Some people, lighter people might like a looser leech, and heavier people might like the tighter leech just to get them going earlier. But that's how we rig a sail and tune a sail. And if you have any questions, give us a buzz here at Ocean Air Sports.